you know what you're really looking at? This is the reality inside a dog shelter. Raw, loud, and unforgiving. A place where every day is a battle. Tempers flare, fights break out, and peace never lasts long. King Charles lives in this world, along with the people trying to keep everything from falling apart. And no one feels that weight more than Uncle Beard. Nothing about his job is easy. He wakes up to chaos, steps into danger, and faces moments that can change a dog's life in seconds. This isn't just a shelter. This is survival. And today, you're stepping inside it with us. We finally confirmed it. The pack, King Charles, and the crew are in a new shelter. Not a rumor, not a hopeful post. It's real. A cleaner yard, quieter kennels, and a staff who actually has the space to breathe. That change didn't happen by accident. Supporters stepped up, donations reached Uncle Beard, and the money was spent on what mattered. Fresh bedding, better fencing, vet checks, and more hands on deck. You can hear it in the animals, more dogs who actually sleep. That doesn't erase the scars or the hard days ahead, but it buys time. Time for recovery, time to build trust, time to teach these dogs a different life. For King Charles, for the packs, for Uncle Beard, and the small team doing the heavy lifting, this is the first real step towards something better. A new shelter doesn't mean instant miracles. What it gives is a chance, a clean slate with real possibilities. Expect structure where there was chaos, scheduled feedings instead of scraps, proper medical checks instead of guesswork, and kennels that separate the tense from the timid, so fights don't become routine. Expect slow, visible changes. Dogs learning to hold still for a touch, a stiff tail softening into a tentative wag, a wary eye finding trust in a human voice. But also expect the hard truth. Trauma doesn't vanish because walls are nicer. Some dogs will test boundaries. Pack hierarchies will reshuffle. King Charles may watch quietly, measuring who's earned space and who's still a threat. The real measure of this place won't be the ribbon cutting. It'll be whether it becomes a place where broken dogs can become whole enough to survive outside again. This shelter's promise is simple: time, safety, and the work to turn survival into something that looks like a life. Will the new shelter finally be quiet? Short answer, no. And that's not a bad thing. A shelter isn't designed for silence. It's designed for stability. Dogs communicate through sound. Barking is how stressed dogs release tension, how insecure dogs ask for distance, and how confident dogs assert presence. What will change in a well-run environment is the type of barking. That reduces cortisol spikes, which lowers reactivity. And once reactivity drops, dogs stop barking just because another dog barked, a chain reaction that caused half the old shelter's problems. King Charles plays a big role here. His calm dominance sets the emotional temperature of the yard. When the top dog is steady, the anxious ones mirror that confidence. But quiet? No. What you're hoping for is regulated energy, not silence. A silent shelter means suppressed dogs. A balanced shelter means dogs who feel safe enough to express themselves without tipping into violence. That's the goal now. Most dogs can't sleep. Their noses work overtime, mapping new scents, new rivals, and unfamiliar humans. Anxiety rises at night because dogs lose visual cues. They rely more on sound and smell, which can trigger defensive instincts. But King Charles, he treats the first night like a battlefield inspection. He walks slow, ears calm, tail low, but controlled. A signal that he's alert, not threatened. That posture relaxes his pack because dominance is emotional gravity. Whoever's calm controls the group. Dogs around him settle faster simply because KC isn't reacting. Meanwhile, staff like Uncle Beard watch for the night barkers, the insecure ones who may start fights once lights go out. A new shelter can change behavior, but instinct doesn't reset overnight. The first night shows which dogs can adapt and which ones need real work. A new shelter means a new social order. And for dogs, hierarchy isn't optional, it's survival. Without structure, the yard becomes a war zone. The team separates high-drive males, insecure females, and reactive dogs to prevent dominance clashes. But rebuilding hierarchy doesn't mean violence, it means clarity. King Charles doesn't reassert dominance with noise. He stands his ground, controls space, and uses eye contact more than teeth. In dog psychology, confidence is stronger than aggression. That's why other males submit to KC with simple signals: a head turn, a lip lick, a lowered stance. No contact needed, but there will be tension. Mid-tier dogs always test the ladder, trying to move up in the social chain. Some will challenge each other subtly, blocking water bowls, guarding corners, or staring too long. These micro moments are what staff must watch, because preventing a fight starts long before teeth ever show. The goal? A hierarchy built on stability, not fear. The biggest change in this shelter isn't the building, it's the routine. Dogs thrive on structure because predictable patterns lower cortisol. Feeding time at the same hour reduces resource guarding. Scheduled yard rotations prevent overcrowding. Even controlled greetings help dogs rewire their social cues. For King Charles, routine is power. A stable schedule means his leadership becomes psychological, not confrontational. He doesn't have to defend the pack every hour. The environment helps him do it. And for younger dogs, routine teaches impulse control, the skill most street rescues never learned. Uncle Beard knows this. A dog with no routine is a dog trapped in survival mode. That's why this shelter focuses on repetition. Same handler, same tone, same steps. Over time, the frantic fight or flight brain slowly shifts into trust. And once trust starts forming, real training becomes possible. New shelter, new rules, new chances. King Charles isn't just adapting, he's recalculating. A new environment forces even the calmest alpha to reassess the balance of power. KC observes everything before acting. How staff move, who respects boundaries, which dogs fear him, and which ones pretend not to. That's how true leaders survive. They watch more than they react. In this new shelter, leadership isn't just KC's job. The humans matter. Their confidence, posture, and consistency shape how KC positions himself. If handlers are timid, KC steps in to manage tension. If handlers are firm and predictable, KC relaxes and lets humans lead. This is advanced dog psychology. Alphas don't fight for control. They control when they need to. KC's ability to adapt to human leadership is why he remains stable. He doesn't challenge the staff, he syncs with them. And that is what makes a dog truly powerful, the ability to lead without overpowering. Every shelter has broken dogs, The ones who shake at the sound of metal gates, who freeze when touched, who hide behind beds because the world taught them pain. A new shelter doesn't fix them overnight, but it gives them what the old place never could: space to recover. Traumatized dogs need distance, calm handlers, and predictable environments. Cortisol takes weeks to drop. Trust takes months. But here, those dogs finally have room to decompress. They can watch from a safe corner without being overwhelmed by dominant dogs. They can approach humans slowly without being shoved aside by the louder ones. King Charles respects broken dogs more than people realize. He doesn't pressure them. Real alphas don't waste energy on the fragile. His calm presence gives them a model of stability. And sometimes, that's enough to pull them out of fear. In this new shelter, broken dogs aren't liabilities. They're projects. And for the first time, they actually have a future.